Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Stacy if you're new here, and today's video is going to be my April book recap. And you could probably hear it in my voice, I'm getting over a cold. I was sick literally for an entire week straight. I'm like at the tail end of it, but I am leaving for a cruise in just a couple of days. So I need to get some batch filming going so that I can have videos posted or ready to be edited when I get back, so I don't have to worry about filming anything. So this is what we're working with. So I have some tea and honey that kind of sort of helps with my voice, but it's definitely not perfect by any means. All right, so for the month of April, I'm continuing on with my 4 books a month trend, if you will. So I finished off the Crescent City series with the House of Flame and Shadow, and I really like that series a lot. It's probably one of my favorite out of Sarah J. Maas's world. I really hope we get to learn more in the upcoming ACOTAR books surrounding the multiverse situation. And stuff like that. So I really liked reading Crescent City. That was actually a reread for me. So I actually didn't remember a whole lot from my first read through. I read it solely via audio the first time, and then the second time I did the immersive reading with the audiobook and reading at the same time. That was the first book that I finished. The second, third, and fourth books are part of a trilogy, the Infernal Devices trilogy by Cassandra Clare. Those are also a reread. I think this is my 3rd time reading that series. I'm going through a full reread of the entire Shadowhunters world. There's a new book out, and then I think there's a new book coming out for the final trilogy of the entire universe later this year. There's the first one of that final trilogy. So I am so excited for that, so I'm just working through a reread. I finished all of the Infernal Devices, and that's probably one of my favorite trilogies of the entire Shadowhunters world. That, and then the sequel series with Emma and... why am I blanking on his name? Blackthorn. Her parabatai. I'll put it on the screen. I don't remember exactly what his name was, but anyway, I love that trilogy. I just love the story between Tessa, Will, and Jem, and just learning a little bit of how the Shadowhunters world was in the 1800s. They still, have the housemaids, and the women still wear the corsets and large dresses and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a lot of it's definitely one of my favorite series. I love it's really kind of a love triangle with Jem, Tessa, and Will, and how it's almost a why choose, but not quite. And I just love the way Cassandra Clare wrote that storyline, and then how she integrated it later on throughout the series as well. The entire universe. It's really good. I am loving it. So yeah, this video is going to be very short because I read a trilogy and then 1 book. There's not a whole lot I can talk about for those books other than what I've already talked about. So I am actually currently in the middle of reading a book by Abby Jimenez, which is called Say You'll Remember Me, and then I'm going to immediately follow that up with The Night We Met, which is a brand new book by her. And I probably will finish Say You'll Remember Me before the end of the month, because today is the 26th, and yeah, there's still a couple of days left in the month, so I'll probably finish that book. I don't think I'll finish Say You'll Remember Me, or The Night We Met. I don't think I will finish that one, but I know for sure I'll finish Say You'll Remember Me, because I'm at 50% already through that book, and I'm really enjoying it. It's a cute story. It's definitely like the palette cleanser I needed after the Infernal Devices series.
Ready to plan your dream vacation? I am a dream vacations travel advisor specializing in cruise and Disney parks vacations. Using a travel advisor is completely free, and you get someone in your corner from the planning stages through to when you get home. Working with a travel advisor allows you to focus on the things that matter, like deciding where to eat during your vacation, not waiting on hold to make any changes or requests. I will be the one on the phone with the cruise line or Disney parks to make any changes or special requests so that you don't have to. As your trip nears, you will also receive curated recommendations and a packing list with a reminder to always pack sunscreen. Linked in the description box below is my free travel quote form. Once I receive your form, I will contact you to schedule a video chat on all of the details that I need to plan your dream vacation. I have a travel blog where I share all my travels and tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. I also offer a service called Vacation Video Memories, where I take all of your photos and videos from your trip and curate a 5 or 10 minute video. If you booked your trip with me, you automatically receive a 10% discount, and if you subscribe to my newsletter, you will receive an additional 10% off for a total of 20% off the Vacation Video Memories service. I have 2 YouTube channels, one where I share all of my travel vlogs and travel tips, and one where I share the other parts of my life from day-to-day vlogs to my fitness journey. Everything is linked in the description box below, or you can scan the QR code on the screen. So let's plan your dream vacation together.
Okay, so this is future me popping in here. I actually finished 2 more books in the month of April. I talked about them briefly in what I had previously recorded, and this is like a week and a half later, so my voice is a lot better than it was on that day that I started filming this. I'm just now dealing with more asthma flare-ups than anything, but that's okay. Anyway, so I finished Say You'll Remember Me and The Night We Met. I loved Say You'll Remember Me. The MMC was a vet, and they did a long distance thing for a while, then realized that it was possible for them to not be long distance. Yeah, it was really, really cute. I liked it a lot. And then The Night We Met. So if you don't want spoilers, click to this timestamp. It was interesting. I feel like that book was more of a best friend story than it was a love story. So we had 2 perspectives, the MMC and the FMC. And the FMC already had a boyfriend who is the MMC's best friend. And the FMC and the best friend were together for 90% of the book. But the MMC's best friend slash the FMC's boyfriend was kind of dealing with some mental issues and wasn't being a good best friend. He really wasn't being a good boyfriend. So the MMC stepped in many, many times to quote unquote save the boyfriend slash best friend to make him look better. Once it came out that that was what was happening, the FMC finally broke up with the MMC and the best friend slash her boyfriend for literally the whole book. And then they got together at the end of the book. And then it turned out that nobody cared that they got together because the best friend slash boyfriend at the beginning of the book didn't really care anymore because he was trying to better himself towards the end of the book from the mental stuff he was dealing with at the beginning of the book. And had a nice little heart-to-heart with the MMC, and it just The way the book kind of wrapped up felt more of a best friend story, even though we had the FMC perspective. I just feel like the book wrapped up a little bit more of the MMC and his best friend, that storyline, a lot more. And then obviously the two perspectives, the FMC, MMC, they're going to get together. It was interesting, but I honestly wouldn't really call it a romance. It was good though. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, those were the books that I read in the month of April. And then I also have Chain of Gold, Chain of Iron, and Chain of Thorns, the Last Hour series in the Shadowhunter world. I'm reading these books in chronological order. So they're the next trilogy in chronological order, which is basically the kids of the characters from the Infernal Devices. So that is pretty much everything I read in the month of April and the plans for May. This one's going to be a short one. I really, really like the Shadowhunters world a lot, and they were probably one of the series that I would return to before I really got back into reading significantly, like hardcore into reading again as an adult. It was the series that I would like constantly go to just read before bed and fall asleep, and I'd probably be reading one book for like 3 months because of how little bit I had read at the time. But yeah, so that is all of the books I read in the month of April and what I'm going to read for May. So I'm going to end this video here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like to work with me and plan your dream vacation, all of that information will be linked in the description box below. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.